Hi everyone, I'm back with another Etsy related video, but this time I'm doing something different. I'm cleaning out my Etsy workspace. So how did it get this way? I stopped making my shimmer bath powder last December, and I basically just tossed random stuff in that entire area. The holidays are always a whirlwind, and my workspace normally looks chaotic after December, but last year I never cleaned up, and then 7 months went by. So this is what my packaging room has become, and it's time to end this mess. Also, I used mica to make my bath powder, which is a fine powder, and basically this entire room is coated in a thin layer of it, which looks like sparkly dust. So if you see a lot of dust, that's why, and also because I rarely dust. So my objective is that this entire room needs to be cleaned, reorganized, and decluttered. You can clearly see that I can barely move around in here, and I'm also moving my entire packaging corner into my office, so that everything can be together in one room. Then I'm going to use this unfinished room for actual storage. I always hated using this room for my workspace because it's dark, there's no walls or windows, and the floor is concrete, but because I was mixing bath powder, I thought it would be better to use this room when I moved in 2 years ago. But I'm not making bath powder anymore, and I'm so excited to move this stuff out of here. As I mentioned, Ripple Effects isn't really running anymore. It's still open, but I don't get sales since I discontinued the shimmer powder. But most of what's in here was for Ripple Effects, so a lot of that needs to be set aside for my second shop Parapaper, or I need to relocate it, donate it, or trash it. I really want to make this room functional again. The longer I look at it, the more stressed I become. So let's do this! Okay, so before I start cleaning, I'm going to do a real quick tour. So this side is my Ripple Effects work area, and there's storage up top and below. Then over here I have these little storage cubbies, which is filled with random supplies. Then this is an old desk of mine over here with some display items and more random supplies. Then the table over here is what I call my packaging center. This is where I box up orders and is really the only part of this room that I use anymore. And this is what I'm moving out of here. Then I also have these shelves on the wall over here, which was my label area for Ripple Effects, and now it's just where I cut shipping labels and have some more random storage. Then the middle of the room is mostly shipping supplies, random boxes, and just some other random stuff that's tossed in said boxes. So there's a lot to be done, but I'm going to tackle it all, and I'm super excited to have a more functional workspace. Okay, it is 8 a.m. I've got a tea latte, water, and trash bags. I am ready to go. I don't really know where I'm going to start, so I'm just going to get some basic things cleared out of here so that I have more space to move around. I'm not going to show most of the cleaning, but I'll check in as I finish each area. Okay, the cats are here. Cairo wants to see what's going on. And you know you're not supposed to be in here, you know that. And there's the other one, Buddy. So the first thing I'm going to do is start moving some of these boxes out of here. This is all packaging stuff that's getting moved to the other room. Packing peanuts, bubble wrap, random boxes, I got it all. I'm not sure where to go from here. So much of this is random stuff. And this, everyone, is why you wear a respirator mask when mixing bath bombs with mica or other fine powders. Because this is how dirty my mask is. Okay, now I'm going to box up all the stuff on the table so I can move it out of here. You guys don't even know how excited I am to move this out of here and have a decent workspace. I am planning on getting a tablecloth and more stuff to make this look nicer. Then I have this tarot room divider that I don't know what I'm doing with. We'll see where it ends up after all this. There is a backstory here. My office was in another room, but we had a huge rainstorm here in Colorado about a month ago and it flooded that room. So I moved everything over to this room, which used to be for storage. So all of this is newly done and there's still boxes piled all over, but after this little remodel, I swear everything is going to look really good again. Packaging table is out of here now along with all my shipping boxes. There's already so much more room. Next, I think I'm going to clean up the shelves since I can actually get to them right now. As I mentioned before, this was my label area for ripple effects, so where I would store labels for products and put labels on bags. Now I'm at a point where this stuff just needs to get moved, donated, or thrown away. So I'm going to clean all this and then check back in when it's done. These are a lot of my fragrances I used for ripple effects products. So hey, if there's anything you see that you're interested in and you want a custom perfume, I've got just a ton of stuff in here and even more over here. Seriously, send me a message if you want something made because I've got a lot of fragrances I need to get rid of. Okay, so I managed to get almost everything out of here. All that's left is the stuff I used to make fragrance oils with. So like I said before, if anyone wants a custom oil roller, I've got a lot of empty bottles here. I can't guarantee it'll have a label on it, but I can make you something. I think we could say this area is done for now. Next is this desk. This is mostly random items and old products that didn't really sell and are just now on display. So as I'm going through all this, I wanted to show you a few things. This is one of the first products I ever made for ripple effects back in 2019. I decided to use bags instead of jars, so these weren't listed for very long. Here's another item, some Love Dust bath salts. I really liked these. You might see a few go up on sale. Then there's also a few Lush products down here, some sparkly Happy Shower Gel, and a Sleepy Dust powder. Also this beer fragrance oil, which does not smell like beer, although I had my cousin smell it, who's a brewer, and he said it smells like a fruity base to some beers. So there's that. I think I've got this dusted off. And to reiterate, this is why you wear a mask when using mica powder, because it just gets everywhere. I haven't even cleaned half the room yet and this duster is dark gray. Okay, I think I'm done with the desk. Okay, another check-in. This is what I've done so far. As you can see, I got everything out of the middle of the room, revealing the dirty rug. The rug is going to stay in here and I'll vacuum once I'm done. This is a trash pile. A lot of what's in this corner is packing materials, which I'm going to leave there for now. This box is a bunch of ripple effects stuff that I need to go through and decide if I'll make anything from it, put it in storage, or get rid of. Then there's some finished products in this box that I'll give away, put on sale, like major sale, or I'll use it myself. So if anyone wants some cheap Bath & Body products, I'll make sure to post on my Instagram when that's all listed again. So next, I think I'm going to tackle these storage cubes. Most of what's in here I don't know what to do with right now. It's a lot of jars that I bought for ripple effects but never used, so now I want to use them for parapaper. However, I don't know where to put this stuff right now, so it's just going to stay in here. I wasn't planning on moving these cubes to the other room because I don't think they'll fit, but it would be nice to keep using them for this stuff, so right now I'm just leaving it like this and we'll see where they end up. Now the next major area of this room and the last bit of cleaning is my ripple effects workstation. This is where I would mix powder and make orders. Some of this stuff in here goes back to when I first opened my shop, and some is stuff I never really even used because it was either a wrong item or didn't work how I thought it would. So now it's time to go through all this and really declutter. Such random stuff in here. Pine cones, seashells, I had made an ocean bath powder with sand and shells in it, which I loved, but it never sold. So now I just have this giant box of seashells that I don't know what to do with. So if you see some random themed gift sets on Parapaper, this is why. Here's a tip for people who want to start a small or online business. When you make a product, make 1 or 2 for the listing, and then see if it sells. Unlike me when I first started, I made a bunch of one item that was then discontinued, and now I have all these jars with labels on them and they're basically useless. So there's my tip. I've gone through most of what's on the bottom. This giant box here is all Christmas and winter gift boxes, so you might see some winter gift sets up on Parapaper. Now this side of the table is candle supplies. So before I start throwing this stuff out, I'm going to make some candles for gift sets on Parapaper. All this stuff here is leftover supplies for my shimmer bath powder. I'm deciding if I'm going to make products with the leftovers to sell, otherwise I'm just going to make stuff for myself. These are all fragrance oils. If anyone wants something custom, just send me a message on Etsy or my Instagram. Also, it's long overdue, but I do plan on making a how-to video for my shimmer bath powder, so look out for that in the future. Okay, now for what's up on top. This bin is supplies for my bath tea that I used to make. You may or may not see a video come out where I make bath tea with the rest of my supply. This bin is more packaging. And then this bin here is all dried flowers. If you shopped on Ripple Effects, then you probably remember my witch-themed shimmer powder that had dried flowers. I don't think I'm making that again, so I'll figure something else out for it all. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to stop for right now. I know it still looks like a mess. This pile of stuff will be relocated to my office for Parapaper. I don't like to be wasteful, so if I can use it for something, I will. This box in the back is a donate, get rid of pile, then some bins I emptied. That's a trash pile. This is the Ripple Effects box, which is stuff that might get made into new products and stuff I don't want to get rid of. This stuff in the back is packing material I'm leaving here for now. The storage cubes are staying here. I actually do think they'll fit next to the table in the other room, so I'll try moving it there later. Then, as I said before, this is all leftover supplies for Ripple Effects that I'm going to try using up. I know it still looks bad, but I'm not done yet. I've got to get my office room all fixed up and ready, and then I'll come back and finish this up. Wow, so that only took a little over 2 hours. It's 10:10 right now. So that was pretty good. I managed to go through almost everything and developed a nice trash pile. It definitely makes me happy that I decluttered and got rid of some stuff that is no longer needed. I tend to hoard things that I think might be useful, but some stuff I've had for years and isn't usable anymore, so I am very happy to declutter and reorganize everything. Well, that was a lot of cleaning and moving, but I'm so glad it's done and I'm loving my new workspace. Thanks for joining me on this transformation, and I hope you like my office too. See you next time!